It occurs to me as I am watching everything that's unfolding here in our country at this point in our history. Currently, it is 2023, and the last several years have been massive changes for all of us across the board, no matter who we are or what we do. But those people in positions of leadership have been increasingly marginalized because of their position of leadership, because of their position of authority, and because of their position of status. So once upon a time, leaders were held in high regard because of all those factors. And yet now, even though their role has not significantly changed in terms of leadership and what leadership entails, what it means, they're under siege. If you're watching this, this video is targeted to people who are leaders or someone who loves them, and you are very concerned about what's taking place. Leadership is only in place when we have followers. And when you have followers, there's a demand, an expectation, and genuine leadership, whether you call it servant leadership or genuine leadership or mission driven or passion driven. The person in the position of leadership, whether it's you or someone who loves you, you're under so much stress all the time, and increasingly so. And you are leading, and so you're not inviting people in to listen to your fears, anxiety, your tears, your depression. You're hiding your physical aches and agonies because you don't want anybody to know, because it'll compromise your position of authority. You don't want anybody to know about your psychological anguish because that'll be even worse in some ways. There's always a power play. When you're the leader, even if you own the company, there are always power plays. So what does this do? Well, in effect, it serves a purpose to keep you on your toes. It also takes away from who you are in terms of being a human being with human needs and needing intimacy in a relationship somewhere where you can divulge. And I don't mean inappropriate intimacy. I mean spiritual, psychological, cognitive, emotional intimacy from someone who is steps away from your life in every regard, where it's a very confidential and discreet relationship, a professional relationship, and they might be known as a leader whisperer. There are people who have observed my services either directly or one step over and have used that tag on me. I am a doctor of psychology and mind-body medicine expert, and my expertise extends into business operations and the psychology of business, organizational development, and everything that goes with it, operations and all that. I run my companies and I take in other leaders who are in peril. And sometimes you don't even want to recognize it, and you've hidden it fairly well from those in your midst. But just imagine this. Imagine a unique concierge service that doesn't have a paper trail, that doesn't have a file, a discrete file kept on you, because everything is kept in that professional's head and in cryptic scrawl that they use to just be able to jog their memory that nobody could ever interpret. And when the case is closed, when the time period of the care is over, those notes, those scrawly notes, are shredded. This is called Dr. Deb Carlin Concierge. It's a very important service, and it is only for people who meet my criteria. One is you really must believe that you are a leader. and that you are in an important position of leadership. And we can talk about what important means when and if we communicate with each other. You're hard driving, you're ambitious, you've achieved a lot, you have great critical thinking skills demonstrated by your success, and you are in a special class of high net worth. I'm a professional. I've been at this for more than 40 years. And so my expertise is what people pay for. I would like to invite you to consider that if you find that you meet this criteria, both by qualifying criteria and also meet the description of a leader who's in discomfort, to be in touch with me, reach out through any of the channels that you're finding me on. You can also Google me at Dr. Deb Carlin and just see where you find me. You'll end up on one of several websites for me. The most essential one for you is drdebcarlinconcierge.com. Send me a note or give me a call or send me a text. Tell me who you are and ask me questions, and we'll take it from there. The programs are unique and they're effective. You talk, I listen, I pitch back to you what I hear, and we meet on ground that makes sense. And once we do that, we determine where you want to be and where we think you can land within a defined amount of time. And we get you there because it's important that you live disease-free, and discomfort is disease. And well-being, holistic well-being, is really about mind and body and gut, your gut being your intuitive sense. And once you have that, and you know that your internal strength and fortitude is in place, and you're in your right mind, and we've got things managed with strategies and tactics, you're fine. And what do you have? Well, you have something that I like to call peace of mind. So in the last few seconds here, I want to ask you, do you currently have peace of mind? And do you sleep well at night without any additives? And are you comfortable across the course of the day? Can you relax inside of your mind, or are you trying to figure out ways to get out of your mind because it's so flippin' uncomfortable in there? I am available for a few. And if you want to be one of the few, then be in touch. And in the interim, take good care of yourself. Keep it positive. Keep it uplifted. Until we meet, this is Dr. Deb Carlin signing off.